What's up guys, it's DWrecked, and today you're going to learn something brand new I came up with. A way easier and smoother way to do the double ramp floor wall rush. This is going to be for anyone that struggles with the normal way of doing it. The focus is going to be for all of you on a controller, but I'm sure some PC players will also prefer this. If you enjoy the tips, make sure you like the video, subscribe, and share this with a friend. You already know the normal way of doing the double ramp floor wall rush. You just spam your aim back and forth while placing ramps, floors, and walls. Personally, I wasn't a big fan of this. I can't control that movement for more than a couple levels, just my thumb on a stick, and I wanted to make it easier. Another issue is if you play on a low sensitivity, you're going to sprint up the ramp slower because of how long you take looking to the sides. Either way, this is going to be personal preference, but I found this new method way easier and way smoother to do. I'll start by showing the way I do it, then break it down step by step for you to learn. You can see with this method, I barely have to move my aim, and it seems like I'm sprinting straight ahead more. This is because you're only looking to the sides twice now instead of 3 times. For starters, you should already know how to do the regular ramp floor wall rush, and if you need help with that, you can check out the video on screen above. Altogether, I start by looking up for a ramp, then look down and to the right to place 2 floors, place another ramp, and then finish with 2 walls. Doing it this way is more of an L-shaped movement than side to side, and you can see it's a much softer rhythm. For phase 1 of learning this, you should start by just placing a simple ramp ahead, then follow with your 2 floors. Always start with a walk when learning something new, then build up speed. Phase 2, you're going to place your ramp, the 2 floors, and then your second ramp to get that button placement down a little better. Finally, you're going to add in the last 2 walls to get the movement pattern and the button placement correct. Make sure you do all 3 phases with a walk until you have it down consistently. After it's consistent, you should do this a little faster, but you want to focus on perfecting it for 1 level at a time to start. So what you'll do is go 1 level, pause, then do the next one. Once you can sprint and do all the movements at once, you can try doing it for multiple levels until you finally perfect it and can do it full sprint. You absolutely need to focus on your timing with this build so you don't place floors over your head or wall yourself in. If you start struggling at full speed, try and slow down again, and you can also try just tapping to build with instant placement instead of holding down turbo build and overbuilding. One problem I sometimes have is I'll place my walls too early. Something feels off with turbo build and build placement in general, but either way, I place walls in front of myself accidentally sometimes. It's almost like you have to build the first ramp, the floors, the second ramp, then have a slight pause and place the walls after. I'll also try and rely on instant build placement and just time it up so my next ramp places right away with a click, but because it's still not very consistent yet, you'll probably need to hold down build with your ramp. Now let's talk about the other way to do the double ramp floor wall rush and the one situation it's a little better in. This is really only against elite players, but when you're ramp rushing at each other and you're higher up your ramp than them, you normally want to start by ramping them off. You'll see pros have double ramps over their enemies' heads to stop them. Then they follow it with double floors so they can't get coned from underneath. In this situation, if you build a single ramp, then the double floor with my method, there would be a very small chance of your enemy getting the ramp up first and also phasing through your floor. You'd still have higher ground than them, but it might not be exactly what you wanted. In that situation, you can still do it in my way, or you can do it the normal method for 1 or 2 levels. You double ramp first to block off the ramps, then place double floors to counter their cones, and 2 walls for support. It's not too difficult to do the double ramp floor wall spam for 1 or 2 levels, which is all you need, so you shouldn't really have a problem with this either way. But when I'm just trying to rush above other players, my method feels much easier and much cleaner for me to do. Again, doing it the new DWrecked way or the normal way is going to be totally personal preference, but this gives you a great alternative to learn the ramp rush if you struggle the other way. If you enjoyed my tutorial, make sure to subscribe, like the video, and share it with a friend that it would help out. Grapplers and quad launchers just got removed from the game, which I think are great changes even though I love the grappler, but I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.